Hello everyone, welcome to my channel of Mike Hall Violin, where I present mostly educational videos of violin and viola. Today we're going to be looking at a violin that was sent to me by the folks at Glarry Music. This is the GN100 model. It's pretty new. It's been in the UK and it's coming to the US for estimated price of $49. It's an entry-level beginner violin. It says this violin is made out of basswood, which is an unfamiliar wood to me, even though it's native to my state. It comes in 4 sizes. This is the 4/4 or full size. Also comes in 3/4, 1/2, or 1/4 size. Also says it comes in 3 colors. This is, I believe, the natural color. It also comes in black and pink, depending on your preference. So we're going to take a look at everything that comes with it and show you how to set it up in the next segment. We're going to start by looking at the outside of the case. This case is extremely lightweight. I believe the box said that with everything in it, it was 4 pounds or less. This violin comes in what we call a dart-shaped case. So you can notice it's a little bit like a triangular shape, long triangle. On the back here we have some backpack straps. On the top there's a zippered storage compartment on the very top. So I'm going to go ahead and open the case. It has zippers on both sides. And it sticks on that side when I come from this thing. There we go. One of the things I noticed, I've had this open once, is that this case doesn't stay open without holding it. At least maybe with time it will stretch out a little bit, but I'm going to have to keep my hand here to keep it open. It comes with instructions, and of course the violin, which was actually strapped in. May notice that it comes unassembled. So underneath the tailpiece here we have the bridge. Usually they don't have it set up to avoid any accidents when it's shipping. And look inside. It's very basic. We have the bow. We'll talk about that after a bit. And there's a storage compartment for rosin. So next we're going to show you how to set it up. All right. Next we're going to go with setting up the violin. I'm hoping the camera here will pick everything up. I'm actually acting as my own cameraman as I'm making the video here. So we're going to be taking the bridge here. This is called the bridge. You may notice that it's higher on the left side than it is on the right side. We're going to be keeping that left side, the high side, toward the left when we put it on the violin. We're also going to be using the pegs here and tightening the pegs. As we tighten the pegs, that's going to keep the bridge. It's going to tune the violin. It's also going to keep the bridge up. So as we turn the pegs, if I'm turning the peg on the left side, so if I turn it toward the bridge this way, it's going to get looser. If I turn it toward the scroll, we call this, it's going to get tighter. And I usually hold it on the right side. And as I'm turning, if I'm turning a peg on the left side, then as I turn, I will push it toward the right, and that will help it to stay in the hole. If I'm going with a peg on the right side, then I'll hold on the left side and push that way. So making sure that the strings are on top of the fingerboard here. Might need to loosen the pegs just a little bit to allow that bridge to fit. I'm going to put the bridge again with the left side on the left, sticking it underneath the strings, and very slowly turning it upright. You may notice these are called the F holes, and they have a little notch right here. I'm going to line the feet up with that notch, about in the middle there. Speaking of notches, there are some little grooves or notches in the bridge. They're not very big, and so I'm going to align the strings with those grooves. I think we're going to go with that one. So the next part then is going to be tightening the strings to tune. I usually like to start with the middle strings first, and then I'll work on the outer ones. So you may need some way to tell if the strings are in tune or not. This is an electronic tuner. I guess this is the right way. And if I turn this on, it actually, it actually has a little meter, and it will tell you when the string is right on. You can also use, this is a metronome, but it actually plays the pitches. That's what I'm going to use, and that will play the pitch, and I'll try to match it. You can also get, many of them are free, tuning apps for your phone, so don't have to make any kind of investment that way. So I'm going to start with the A. That's the second one on the right, and I'm going to play the A pitch here so I can hear what that sounds like. And I'm going to turn the peg here and get that string so it matches that. About have it there. Very common when you're putting on new strings of any kind for the violin to go out of tune very quickly until they're worn in. So I'm going to go next door to the D. That's the second one here. I'm going to play the pitch here. So here's the one that I want to match. I'm turning the peg on this side that goes along with that string. There it goes, and as I might have guessed, the A is already gone out, so I'm going to tighten that up a little bit. Alright, I am ready for the G on the left side, so I'm going to find the G pitch. And turn that peg. There it is. If you played the violin as long as I have, you probably wouldn't need to play the pitch once you have the A. But they are tending to go out a lot right now. And last one to get sized up is the E. Just checking the bridge to make sure that the feet are still standing flat on the top of the violin. Also checking to make sure the bridge, you may notice it's leaning a little bit this way. I'm making sure it doesn't lean forward actually, because if it falls, that causes all kinds of excitement that we don't want. So here's the E. I'm going to play the pitch for us. Turning the peg on the right side for the E. I'll shut that off. Then have to adjust them just a little bit because as they have been going off. And we're in the ballpark. So when you're tightening or loosening the strings, I was using the pegs. Down below here, these are the tuners, and they work much the same way. You turn clockwise, so you turn clockwise to the right. If you want the string to be tighter, if you want it to go lower and looser, you turn it to the left. And those work well if you need to turn for just a little bit. If you need to turn a lot, which you probably will, doing this, then you'd go to the pegs. Alright, so I'm going to head off and get the bow. Okay, now we're going to take the bow. I'm going to take it out of the plastic here. So if you look at this part of the bow, this is called the frog. You notice the screw here. This is what we use to tighten or loosen the bow hair. So I always tell my students we tighten the bow before we play, and we loosen the bow when we put it away. So I'm going to check and see if it's tight enough. So to do that, I'm going to go about halfway down the stick, right in the middle, and I'm going to see if I can stick my pinky finger right between the stick and the hair. Now it's not good to touch the hair, but I'm going to touch it right now anyway just to show you. So if I can stick it pretty easily, that's about right. If I have to really push to get it through, then it might be good to stick to tighten the bow just a little bit. So I'm going to turn the screw to the right to make that happen. This bow actually looked okay. So this hair that came is totally brand new, which means that it's not going to stick to the strings at all when we pull it across. So we need to get out the rosin. This is called rosin. This was in that compartment. I'm actually going to take it, push it all the way out. And right now it looks very shiny on top. That's not going to last very long. So I'm going to be rubbing this along the hairs. Yes, and this both the rosin and the bow are pretty slutty. So it's going to take quite a bit when you start. The very first time. After that, you're not going to need to do that. So I actually like to go in kind of a scrubbing motion, so I can get both the rosin going and the hair going. So I'm just going to rub it like that. Kind of work its way down into different parts of the bow. And this hair is so new that it's sliding all over the place. So this is going to take a little bit of scrubbing here to get this on. And so I think I am going to go ahead and do this, and I'll come back. All right, so we have the bow all set up. So we're going to hear what it sounds like. As you can see, this would be a very reasonable and affordable option if you were just starting out and didn't want to invest a lot in an instrument. It is pretty sturdy and has a reasonably nice sound. So as they say, you get what you pay for, and I would say you get a lot more than you pay for, especially considering that at least where I live, the cost of rehairing the bow usually starts at $70, which is more than the entire outfit. If I had some things that I am not such a fan of, one of them would be the fact that it comes without the bridge assembled. I totally understand why they do that in shipping, because if the bridge were to fall during the shipping, it could cause quite a bit of damage. So I understand that. I would say, though, that if I was just starting out on the violin, I might find putting it together myself a little bit of a challenge, and would probably need to find someone to help me out with that. If you had a friend that played violin or a teacher, they could certainly do that for you. with an outfit like this, one of the downfalls is that the bow is usually the weak point. So I would love to have a little nicer bow, even as a beginner, that would get a little better sound, like a carbon bow or something. But again, that would also increase the price. So again, you really can't go wrong with the price. I did review a Glarry violin last summer. I believe it was the GV 402. It runs around $94, and I really enjoyed the sound of that one a lot more. So investment of that one would be worth a consideration. But as I say, you cannot go wrong for the price of this. So definitely would recommend checking it out. I'd also check out the Glarry website. They have violins, violas, and cellos, electric violins, guitars, keyboards, band instruments. So a lot of good stuff, and it's also all at very inexpensive prices. So definitely check them out. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to let me know. If you like this channel, be sure and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this or any videos. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.